All right, so now we continue with the correction to the exercise we had about a week and a half ago. We already did 36 to I think 53. Now we are starting from number 1. So I just want to say correction continued. Correction CTD. I write CTD to mean continued. Now number 1. Approximate 5.722 to the nearest thousands. 5 points. I'm sure you can see the questions on the right, and I'm solving them on the small page on the left. I'm solving them on the left. Now that's 5.7255 to the nearest thousandth. Mind you, thousandth with it ending in TH. That simply means, just check, this is 7 is the digit in tenths place, 2 is the digit in the hundredths place, 5 is the digit in thousandths place, which is the place value you actually need. So you check the one after it. If it's 5 or more, you add 1 to the 1 in the place value that you need and change every other thing after that to 0. So here, the one after it is even more than 5. So I'm going to add 1 to this 5, which is the digit in the thousandths place, and that makes it 6. So this 2 will remain what it is, the 7 will remain what it is, point, and then the 5. So the digit after the place value that I need will become 0. So that means 5.7260. And of course, you know that when a 0 enters a decimal fraction, that 0 can be ignored. So this is simply the same as 5.726 to the nearest thousandths, and the correct option is D. I'll be writing the correct option to every answer. The correct option in front of every answer. Now here, number 2, write 658,125,001 in figure. What you do here is, this is a simple trick to that. Just 658 million. Just write the numbers out separately and add together. 658 million. Of course, this is 658 million. 125,000. Let's write 125,000 and 1, and then the 1 will be there. So now we add the 3 numbers together. We have 100,521,856, and that's the answer. The correct option is C. Now to the next, number 3. Express 0.00254 in standard form. When you are expressing in standard form, just move the decimal point to the front of the first significant figure in the number. There are 3 significant figures in this number: 2, 5, and 4. The first one is 2, so I'm moving the decimal point to the front of the first one, which is 2. When I do that, it becomes 2.54 times 10 raised power. When you move decimal forward for the decimal point to be in front of the first significant figure in the number, the power of 10 will be negative. And when you move backward, the power of 10 will be positive. Here I moved forward and I did so 3 times. So the power of 10 will be negative. And the number of times I moved is what it will be. That's -3. And the correct option to that is 2.54 times 10 to the minus 3. The correct option to that is C. Now on the next, number 4. Find the sum of prime factors in 60. What are the prime factors in 60? Here, that means add all the prime factors of 60 together. I want to do it this way. 1 times 60. I'm listing out all the factors of 60. After which I'm going to add those that are prime. 3 times 20. And that's also 4 times 15, which is also 5 times 12, 6 times 10, And that's all. So the prime factors are 2. Of course, don't forget that 1 is not a prime factor. 2, 3, and 5. Those are the prime factors. So sum of prime factors will now be sum of prime factors equals 2 plus 3 plus 5, and that's 10. The correct option is D. Number 5, round off 6828 to the nearest 10. 6828 to the nearest 10. The same technique is what we use here. The digit in the tens place is 2. So we check the digit after it. If it's 5 or more, we add 1 to the digit in tens place and replace everything after that digit in the tens place is with zeros. So here the digit after the tens place is 8, so it's more than 5. So I'm going to add 1 to this 2 to make it 3. This 8 remains what it is, and this 6 remains what it is. So after the place value that I want, which is 3, every other thing becomes 0. So that means it's the digit 8 after it will turn to 0, and then it becomes 6830 to the nearest 10. That's just a simple trick that helps you, that makes it easy for you to get it every time you want to answer such a question. That's 6,830, and the correct option is C. And now we move on. Question, that's number 6. Express 32 naira as a ratio of 72 naira. Ratio simply means 32 divided by 72. Yeah, that's 32 divided by 72, and that becomes 8 here 4, 8 here 9, and that's 4 over 9. Ratio 4 over 9 is the same as 4 to 10. That's 4 over 9. And as a ratio, that's the same as 4 to 9. What's the correct option? That's number 6. That's 4 to 9. The correct option is D. The correct option is D. Now to number 7. Find the LCM of 20a squared and 32ab. I'm going to use the very simple method, 20a squared and 32ab. 20a squared and 32ab. 20a squared, the first thing is we can divide by 2 to start with. That's 10a squared, 16ab, 2, that's 5a squared, 8ab. Now the next one is 2 can still divide at least one of them. That's 5a squared, and this will be 4ab. 2 is still 5a squared, and this is 2ab. 2, 5a squared, and this is ab. Now here a, we have 5a. We go to use numbers also before we begin with the letters. 5, we have a squared, ab, and now a in a squared is a in ab is b. Now a 1b, to extend the line, and now b 1 1. So the LCM is 2 times 2 times how many 2's? 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4 5. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 5 times a times a times b. Let's check again quickly. How many 2's? 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3 4 5. 1 5. A times b, and that's 2 times 2 is 4 times 2, a times 2 16 times 2 32, 32 times 5 160. A times a is a squared, and times b 160 a squared b. What's the correct option? That's number 7, 160 a squared b. That's C. Now number 8, very quickly. Add the following Add the following in base 2. 1, 1, 1, 1 base 2 plus 1, 0 and 4 ones. I want to write that first. 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1. That's in base 2 plus 1, 1, 1, 1. The numbers are in base 2, mind you. This is a trick here. Every time you get a 2, you divide by 2, write the remainder and carry the result. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1, remaining 0. I'll write the remainder 0 and carry that 1. 1 plus 1 is 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 divided by 2 is 1, remaining 1. I'll write the remainder and carry the 1. 1 plus 1 is 2 plus 1 is 3. Is 3. 3 divided by 2 is 1, remainder 1. I'll write the remainder 1 and carry the 1. 1 plus 1 is 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 divided by 2 is 1, remainder 1. I'll write the remainder 1 and carry the 1. 1 plus 0 is 1. That's up to 2, so we're not dividing. And this is just 1 plus nothing, 1. So the answer is, let's check what's the correct option. That's 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0 base 2. That's and the correct option is A. That's correct. The correct option is A. The correct option is A. Now to the next, number 9. Find the HCF of 108 and 72. Of course, I'm using the very, very simple methods so that you understand it no matter what. 72 and then 108. 2 will divide both. For HCF, you must find the smallest prime number that will divide all of the numbers at the same time. But for LCM, we know that as long as the smallest prime number can divide one of them, we'll use it. But for HCF, it must divide all the numbers you have. So 2 will divide both of them, 36, and this is 54. 2 will still divide both of them, and that's 27. 2 will divide both now, so I'm going to the next one, which is 3. That's what will divide both of them. 6, 9, and now 3, 2, 3. Nothing will divide both of them now. So HCF is 2 times 2 times 3 times 3, which is equal to, our answer is not in index form. All right, that's 2 times 2, 4 times 3, 12 times 3, 36. And the correct option is D. The correct option is D. Now to the next, which is number 10. Increase 4,500 by 15%. When you are increasing or decreasing by percentages, all you just need is to add that percentage by which you are increasing or decreasing to 100%. Here, 4,500 is the whole mass that we're increasing. So that's 100%. If you're increasing it by 15%, that means 100% plus 15%. That's 115%. So the answer is going to be 115% of 4,500 kilograms. And that gives us the answer. The same thing is what we do when we are decreasing. So we are increasing 4,500 kilograms by 15%. That means we're adding 15% to 100%, which will mean 115%, and that's 115 over 100 of 4,500 kilograms. And that means times 4,500 kilograms. 0 cancels 0, 0 cancels 0, and we have 115 times 45. Let's do that here. That's 5 times 5, 25. Carry 2. 5 times 5 plus 2, 7. 5 times 1, 5. 4 times 5, 20. 0 carry 2. 4 times 1, 4 plus 2. 4 times 1, 4 plus 2, 6. And 4 times 1 is 4. So we had to get 5, 7, 11, carry 1, 5. That's 5,175 kilograms. What's the correct option? That's number 10. 5,175 kilograms. That's option D. Now to the next. That's number 11. Find the product of the LCM and HCF of the following numbers: 9, 12, and 8. What's the LCM of 9, 12, and 8? Let's go to the LCM first of all. 9, 12, and 8. Then I want to say 8, 9, and 12. It doesn't matter though. Nine, 12, and 8. So 8, 9, 12. LCM 2496 2293 2193 3131 and then 3111. So the LCM is 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 3, which is 2 times 2, 4 times 2, 8 times 3, 24 times 3, 72 times 3, 72. So LCM is 72. And HCF, let's go for the HCF. Just a similar thing is what we do. 8, 9, and 12. For HCF, you start dividing as, you also start dividing by the smallest prime number. But in this case, it must divide all of them. And 2 will divide all of them. So we go, no, 2 will not divide all of them. So here, what will divide all of them is, what is the HCF of? Oh, sorry about that. That's actually 18. Oh, what an error. Sorry about that. Numbers are actually 9, 12, and 18. Sorry, made a mistake. I think I have to just redo that. Sorry about that. The numbers are 9, 12, and 18. 9, 12, 18. And not 8, 9, 12. 9, 12, and 18. So I'm finding the LCM first. Now, for LCM, I go 2, 6, 9, 2, 9, 3, 9, 3, 3, 1, 3, 3, 1, 1, 1. So the LCM is 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. And that's 2 times 2 is 4 times 3, 12 times 3, 36. Now for HCF, 9, 12, and 18. You remember this from primary school, I'm sure. We can't use 2 here because 2 will not divide all of them. But the smallest prime number that will divide all of them is what we're going to use, and that's 3. 3 in 9 is 3, 3 in 12 is 4, 3 in 18 is 6. And now there's no number that will divide all of them. That line was too long. Those lines were too long. Now, there's a number that will divide all of them. So the HCF is 3. Therefore, LCM times HCF is equal to, what number are we doing? Find the product of the LCM times HCF will now be 36, which is the LCM, times 3, which is the HCF. And if you do that, that's going to be 108. Is that correct? Yeah, that's correct. And the correct option is, that's number 11. The correct option is D. Now to number 12. If 240,000 is shared among 3 people in the ratio 5 to 4 to 3, what is the least share? Of course, the least share is also given by the least ratio. So least share equals least ratio, which is 3, divided by total ratio, which is 12, multiplied by total amount of money shared, and that's 240,000 naira. And then we go 3 year 1, 3 year 4, 4 year 1. 4 in 240,000 is, of course, 2 in 24 is 6. 4 in 24 is 6, and then we have 4 in 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So that's 60,000 naira. This share is 60,000 naira, and the correct option is D. The next is number 9. I hope I'm choosing my options correctly. Yeah, that's correct. The next is number 13. Find the simple interest on 30,000 for 3.5 years at 5% per annum. Simple interest SI is PRT over 100. Here, the principal is, the principal is 30. How much is the principal? 30,000. The rate is 5%, and the time is 3.5 years. So simple interest is therefore principal, which is 30,000, times rate, which is 5, times 3.5 is same as 7/2. So I can write that as 7/100 times 2. The 2 is of course the denominator of the 7/2. And that means 0 cancels 0, 0 cancels 0, 2 here 1, 2 in 300 is 150. And that's 150 times 5, which is 750 times 7. When you multiply that, that's what you get. That's 0. 7 times 5, 35, carry 3. 7 times 7, 49 plus 2, 52. And the answer is 5,250 naira. What's the correct option? That's number 13. 5,250 naira. That's option A. Now to the next, number 14. Number 14 is find the square root of 9 times 16 times 25. Of course, square root of 9 times 16 times 25 will be equal to, that's the square root of 9, which is 3, times the square root of 16, which is 4, times the square root of 25, which is 5. And that's 12 times 5, which is 60. What's the correct option? That's number 14. The correct option is C. Number 15. A desktop computer is bought for 45,000 naira and sold for 30,000 naira. Find the percentage loss. Of course, that's loss over cost price times 100%. Cost price is 45,000 naira. Selling price is 30,000 naira. And so that means loss is cost price minus selling price, which is 45,000 minus 30,000 naira, and that's 15,000 naira. That's 15,000 naira. I want to write my naira properly. So therefore, percentage loss equals, for those of you who might have forgotten, loss over cost price times 100%. And that simply means 15,000 divided by 45,000 times 100%. And that, of course, 15,000 here 1, 15,000 and 45,000 is 3. That's 100 over 3%. Which is the same as 33 whole number 1 over 3%. Whole number 1 over 3%. And of course, that's the same as 33.33. The correct option is B. 33.33%. Now to the next, number 16. Arrange in descending order 3 over 5, 1 over 2, and 4 over 7, and 5 over 9. Here we just find the LCM. What's the LCM of 2, 7, 5, and 9? Okay, we can work that out very quickly. 2, 7, or anyhow, let me arrange. 2, 5, 7, 9. 2, 1, 5, 7, 9. I'm finding the LCM. 3, 1, 5, 7, 3. 3, 1, 5, 7, 1. 5, 1, 1, 7, 1. And then 7, 1, 1, 1, 1. So the LCM is 2 times 3, 6, times 3, 18, times 5, that's 90, times 7, 630. The LCM is 630. How about correct? 1579, 1573, 1571, 1171 and 111. Okay, 6, 18, 90, 630. All right, you have to be sure that ILCM is correct, or else you miss it. And that means now we continue. That means 5 in 630. That's 5 in 630. That's 1 remaining 1, 2 remaining 3, 6. So 126 times 3, 18, carry 1. 3 times 2, 6 plus 1, 7. 3 times 1, 3. That's 378. 5 in 630 is 126. 126 times 3 is 378. I'm sure you remember this from primary school. 2 in 630 is 315. 315 times 1 is still 315. 7 in 630 is 90 times 4, 360. 90 times 4 is 360. 9, 630 is 70. 70 times 5 is 350. So now to arrange in descending order, we use these numerators. The biggest one is 378, and the fraction that represents that is 3/5, followed by 360, and the fraction that represents that is 4/7. Yeah, that's correct. Followed by 350, and the fraction that represents that is 5/9. And then the last one, which is 315, represented by the fraction 1/2. So the correct option is, that's over 16. 3/5, 4/7, 5/9, and 1/2. And the correct option is C. That's beautiful. Now we move on. Number 17. On every sale of goods worth 10,000 naira, there is a commission of 550 naira. If an agent delivers 150,000 naira, find his commission. On every sale of goods worth 10,000 naira, there's a commission of 550 naira. If an agent delivers 150,000, what's his commission? That means 50,000 naira. No, 10,000 naira gives a commission of 550 naira. So how much commission will 150,000 naira give? Let's call that X. I don't write my X properly, or let's even call it Y. So now we cross multiply. That means 10,000 times Y, which is 10,000 Y, is the same as 150,000 times 550, and we can divide both sides by 10,000 to get the answer. So that means 10,000 here 1, 10,000 here 1. And what do we have here? 4 zeros cancel 4 zeros, and then we have 10,000 here 1, 10,000 here. That means Y equals 15 times 550. That's 0, 25, 5 carry 2, 25 plus 2, 27, and that's 0, 5, 5. When we add, we have 0, 5, 12 carry 1, 3, 8. 0, 5, 12, 2 carry 1, 3, 8. That's 8,250 naira. So that means the commission the agent gets on 150,000 naira is 8,250 naira. And the correct option is E. The correct option is E. Now to the next. That's number 18. Number 18. Let's come here. That's here. Number 18. Multiply 1001101 base 2 by 111. You've got to be careful not to copy the wrong thing. 1001101 multiplied by 111. That, and to be careful, you just check what you have written to be sure it's the correct one. 1 times 1 is 1, 1 times 0 is 0, 1 times 1 is 1, 1 times 1 is 1, 1 times 0 is 0, 1 times 0 is 0, 1 times 1 is 1. And the same way, 1 1 times 1 is 1, 1 0 1 0 0 1. And in the same vein, we have, let's see, is that correct? And to be sure, that's 1 0 1 1 0 0 1. That's the correct thing. And the next thing is the same, 1 0 1 1 0 0 1. And now we add. And when we add what we have, 1. 0 plus 1 is 1. 1 plus 0, 1 plus 1, 2. Divided by 2 is 1, remainder 0. Write 0 and carry 1. That's my own trick. Whenever you add and get a 2, you divide by 2, write the remainder and carry the answer. So 1 plus 1 here is 2. So divide by 2 is 1, remainder 0. Write the remainder 0 and carry that 1. 1 plus 1, 2 plus 1, 3. 3 plus 0, 3. 3 divided by 2 is 1, remainder 0. Sorry, 1, remainder 1. Write the remainder 1 and carry the answer 1. Need to write that properly. 1 plus 0 is 1, plus 1, 2, plus 1, 3. 3 divided by 2 is 1, remainder 1. Write the remainder 1 and carry the answer 1. 1 plus 0 is 1, plus 0 is 1, plus 1 is 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1, remainder 0. Write the remainder 0 and carry 1. 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 0, 2, plus 0, 2. Divided by 2 is 1, remainder 0. Write the remainder 0 and carry 1. 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 0 is 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1, remainder 0. Write the remainder 0 and carry 1. And 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1, remainder 0. Write the remainder 0. There's no way to carry the 1, 2, so just write it behind it. And the answer is 1, how many zeros? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, base 2. And what's the correct option? We have 1 and then 4 zeros. Let's see, do we have the answer here? Of course, that's number 18. So that's 1, 4 zeros. Let's see. I don't think the answer is here. The answer to this is not amongst the options. So that's the answer, base 2. So we go to the next, which is number 19. A Toyota Hilux uses 100 liters of fuel in a distance of 250 kilometers. How many liters of fuel will it use for a distance, or to cover a distance of 150 kilometers? 100 liters. 100 liters was used in a distance of 250 kilometers. How many liters will be used in a distance of 150 kilometers? That's a direct proportion. The longer the distance you travel, the more fuel you consume. That's why we're using this method. So we cross multiply that way. And that means x times 250 is 250x equals 100 times 150. I just want to write that way. So I divide both sides by 250 to solve for x. 250 cancels 250, and that means x equals, of course, 0. No, let me do that. 50 here, 3. 50 here, 5. 5 here, 1. 5 in 100 is 20. And that means x equals 60 liters. So the amount of fuel consumed in a 250 kilometer journey was 60 liters, and that's option B. Yeah, let's go. Number 20 very quickly. Reciprocal of 0.65 to 3. Find the reciprocal of 0.6. I'm sure that's what they meant. Find the reciprocal of 0.65 to 3 significant figure. Reciprocal means 1 divided by that number. So we're going to say 1 divided by 0.65, which is the same as 1 divided by 65 over 100. And that simply means 1 times 100 over 65. So we go 5 here 1, 5 here 13, and 5 here 20. They said correct to 3 significant figures. And why do you do that? 13 and 20 is 1. I want to do that here. 20 divided by 13. 13 here, 13 20 is 1. We're left with 7. 13 is 7 was 0 here. I'll put a point. 13 is 70 is what's that? That's can we have 5 times 13? I think I should do this and just write the answer so it's clearer. 20 divided by 13. 13 in 20 is 1. 13 times 1, 13. You have 7. 13 is 7 impossible. Add 0 and put a point here. 13 is 70. What's 13 times 6? 60. 70. No, that's 5. 13 times 5, 65. We subtract and then we have 5. 13 in 5 impossible. Add 0. 13 in 50 is 4. No, 13 in 50 is 3. 13 times 3, 39. When we subtract, we have 11. 13 in 11 is impossible. Add 1. And 13 in 1, 10. Can we have up to 7? That's 21. 1 carried 2, 91. Can we have up to 8? 13 times 8, 24. 4 carried 2. 8 times 1, 8. Plus 2, 10. And that's the highest we can have. 13 in 1, 10 is 8. 13 times 8 is 104. We subtract to have 6. They said 3 significant figures. Alright, so I can just stop there. It's actually 1.538. And that's approximately 1.54. That's approximately 1.54 to 3SF. And the correct option is, I'm going to write that properly, to 3SF. And the correct option is 1.54. That's number 20. 1.54. The correct option is A. Now to number 21. Quickly, number 21. If P over 15 is 4 over 5, find the value of P. Of course, this is easy. We can do this by cross multiplication. 5 times P is 5P equals 15 times 4. And then we divide both sides by 5 to get P. 5 here 1, 5 here 1. And that means P equals 5 here 1, 5 here 3. 3 times 4, 12. And the correct option is C. Now to number 22 quickly. The length of a basketball pitch can be divided into 12 parts, each 25 centimeters long. How many parts each 20 centimeters long can be obtained from the pitch? The length can be divided into 12 and each part is 25. Let L be the length. Length L be the length of the pitch. So L over 12 will give 25 centimeters. How many parts? Okay, L divided by 12 is 25 centimeters. That means L is equal to, so the entire length of the pitch is 12 times 25, and that's 300. That's 300 centimeters. Now, if you divide it into 20 into, okay, if you divide it such that each length or each part is 20 centimeters, how many parts will you be able to divide it into? So that means 300 over 20. That means 300 over 20, number of parts. If each length how many parts? If each part is 20 centimeters. If each part is 20 centimeters, number of parts or pieces is going to be the full length of a pitch divided by what each length is, which is 20, and that's going to be 15. That's 15 parts. So if you divide it into different pieces, each of 20 centimeters, into pieces each of 20 length 20 centimeters. The number of parts or pieces you have is 15, and that's D. Now to number 23. Number 23. Find the value of x in the diagram below. Of course, that's a piece of cake. Find the value of x. Find the value of x in the figure below. This is x, 60 degrees. It's a right angle. This is 30 centimeters. Okay, that's it. How do you find x? What trig ratio relates what we are given? Of course, this is adjacent to angle 60 degrees, while this is the hypotenuse. So what trig ratio relates adjacent to hypotenuse? That's cosine. So we say cos 60 degrees equals adjacent, which is x, over hypotenuse, which is 30 degrees. The hypotenuse is always the side facing the right angle, and the one facing the angle we are talking about is opposite, while the last one is adjacent. So here, x is the adjacent, 30 centimeters is the opposite, is the hypotenuse. So what does that mean? We cross multiply, and that means x equals 30 times cos 60 degrees. Now, if you check your calculator, cos 60 degrees is 0.5. So that's 30 times 0.5, which is 15 centimeters. And the correct option is B. Now to the next, number 24, very quickly. 24. The linear scale of two similar objects is 5 to 8. What is the volume scale factor? Of course, volume is a cubic factor. So if linear scale is 5 over 3, volume scale is going to be, if linear scale is 5 to 8, then volume scale factor is going to be 5 over 8 raised to power 3. It's going to be the cube of that ratio, which is 125 to 64 times 8, 32, carry 3, 48, 51. That's 125 to 125 to, that's ratio 125 to 512, which is 125 to 512. I'm just writing that properly. Ratio 125 to 512, and the correct option is C. Now to the next, which is number 25. Number 25. The volume scale factor of two similar solids is 8 to 125. If the length of a side in the big solid is 140, find the length of the corresponding side of a smaller solid. Of course, volume is 8 to 125. Volume scale equals 8 to 125, and the length of a side of a bigger solid is 140. So that means big length, I'm calling that big length. That's the length of one side of the bigger solid. Big length equals 140 centimeters. That means small length. Okay, let me say let x equals small length. That's the length of a side in the small solid. Let x equals small length. If x is small length, that means x to 140, ratio x to 140 is going to be ratio 8 to 125. Am I doing the right thing? Volume scale. That's it. Do we need to volume scale. Do we need to raise to power 3? What is that supposed to be? X cubed. What do we do here? Yeah. Of course, that means x cubed to 140 cubed is, because volume is a cubic factor, is 8 to 125. Or we just do, okay. We know that volume is a cubic factor, so that means, I think I should write it this way. So ratio 8 to 125 is small L cubed to big L cubed. And it's still the same thing, small L cubed. So if small length is x, that means x cubed to big length cubed is 8 to 125. Volume is a cubic function, so we can write it as this as x over 140 raised to power 3 is equal to 8 over 125. That's writing the ratios as fractions, or maybe this way will be clearer. X cubed over 140 cubed is equal to 8 over 125, and this is the same as x over 140 all cubed is equal to 8 over 125. So if you find the cube root of both sides, that will mean x over 140 is equal to cube root of 8 over 125, and that means x over 140 equals, the cube root of 8 is 2 and the cube root of 125 is 5. So that means x over 140 equals 125. When you cross multiply, you have 5x equals 2 times 140, and then you divide both sides by 5 to get x. 5 here 1, 5 here 1. So that means x equals 5 here 1, 5 in 140. 5 in 14 is 2, remaining 4, 5 in 40 is 8. That's 2 times 28, which is 56 centimeters. That means the small length is 56 centimeters, and the correct option is B. Now to the next, which is number 20. Small length is 26 centimeters. I think I just saw that. Oh, sorry, small length is 56 centimeters, which is B, 25. Now, number 26. The linear scale, I think this is a similar question too. The linear scale factor of two similar shapes is 2 to 7. If the area of the bigger shape is 392 centimeters squared, find the area of the smaller shape. Of course, linear scale factor is 2 to 7 is equal to, let me say, let y equals area of smaller shape. Find the area of the smaller shape. Let y equals area of smaller shape. Area of smaller shape. Area is a square function, so that means ratio 2 to 7, that means 2 squared to 7 squared is equal to small area, which is y2, big area. I mean, by big area, I mean area of the bigger shape, 392. That means 2 squared to 7 squared is the ratio 2 squared to 7 squared is the same as the ratio y to 392, which means if we write that as a fraction, we have 2 squared over 7 squared equals y over 392, and that means 4 over 7 equals y over 392. And when you cross multiply, I wanted to write 4 over 7, I wrote 4 over 4, sorry. That's 4 over 7 equals y over 392. And when you cross multiply, you have 7y equals 4 times 392, and you divide both sides by 7 to get y. So 7 here 1, 7 here 1, and that means y equals 7 here 1. 7 in 39 is 5. 7 times 5, 35. Remaining 4. 7 in 42 is 6. And the answer is 4 times 56, which is 224. 224 centimeters squared. That's the area of a smaller shape. 224 centimeters squared. And what's the correct option? 224 centimeters squared. That should be correct. 224 centimeters squared. Let's see. I hope I didn't make a mistake. Oh God of mercy. What a blunder. 7 squared. 7 squared is not 4. It's actually 49. So that's 4 over 49 equals y over 7 squared is not 7, it's 49. Y over 392. And now we can do cross multiplication, and that means 49y is equal to 4 times 300. You really have to be careful, because if you find your wrong answer amongst the options, you are most likely will miss it because you want to choose that. So divide both sides by 49. 49 here 1, 49 here 1, and then we go 7 here, 7 here, 7, 7 here. That's 556. That's correct. 7 here 1, 7 in 56, 8, and that means y equals 4 times 8, 32 centimeters squared. So that means a smaller area, the area of a smaller shape is 32 centimeters squared. What's happening? This is supposed to be correct. The linear is 2 to 7. The linear scale is 2 to 7. If the area of a bigger shape is 392, find the area of a smaller shape. 2 to 7, 2 squared over 7 squared, that's 4 over 49, equals y over 392. That's correct. And that 49y equals 4 times 392. 7 here 7, 7 here 5, 35, remaining 4 in 42 is 6. That's 56. 7 here 1, 7 here 8. 4 times 8 is 32 centimeters squared. And really, let's check something. That's 32. Let me check the ratio. 32 over 392, and see if their square root will give me 2 over 7. 7 here, 2 here 16, 2 here 1 here, if you want 19, 9, so 9, 18, remaining 1 in 12, 6. And what does that mean? 2 here 9, 2 here 9, 18, remaining 1 in 16, 8, and 2 here 8, 2 here 4. I'm just doing a rough check. 49 and 2 here 4. Square root of that is 2 over 7. Yeah, that the correct option is not. None of the given options is correct. So we just leave it as it is. The answer is supposed to be 32 centimeters squared. So this area of a smaller shape is 32 centimeters squared. Now to number 27 quickly. 27 says how many sides has a regular polygon whose interior angle is 180 degrees. That means 180 degrees each. Number of sides. Interior angle is 180 degrees each. Irregular what? Irregular polygon. We don't know what the polygon is. Interior angles is 180 degrees each. Okay. I can find number of sides by finding the length of the size of each exterior angle. Now I know the size of each interior angle, but I don't know the number of sides the polygon is got. So this is a way to draw a polygon whose number of sides is not given. You can just draw it this way to mean that you don't know the number of sides it's got. So that means each interior angle is 180 degrees. So this is 180 degrees. That means each exterior angle will also be, I can draw this to here. You don't complete it since you don't know the number of sides it has. So if that's each exterior angle, if this is each interior angle 180 degrees, I can find each exterior angle. Let x equals each exterior angle. If x is each, represents each exterior angle, up I wrote that clearly, each exterior angle, that should contain that exterior. Let x equals each exterior angle. So here I can say x plus 180 from a diagram. X here plus 180 is, are we saying let x equals each exterior angle? No. How many sides has a regular polygon whose interior angle is 180 degrees? Is that supposed to be 180 degrees? I don't think that question is quite clear because it's supposed to be a convex polygon. It's supposed to be a convex polygon. Let's keep that. In a convex polygon, none of the interior angles is up to 180 degrees. Let's just go to another. That question looks a bit clumsy, so that we don't waste time. Number 29. Number 29. What does number 29 say? Find the size of an interior angle of a regular octagon. Irregular octagon. In a regular octagon has 8 sides. Let's see if we can sketch that. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. These are 8 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This could be better. And then this can come here. These are 8 sides. If each interior angle is, that's number 29. I should even be doing number 28 instead. I'm going to save this to do it after this. I should be doing number 28 and not number 29. Number 28. One interior angle of a hexagon is 170 degrees, and each of the remaining interior angles is equal to y. Find the value of y. So sum of angles in a regular octagon. Sum of interior angles of a hexagon equals n minus 2 times 180 degrees. And that simply means hexagon, that's a 6-sided figure. That's 2 minus 2 times 180 degrees, which is 4 times 180 degrees, and that's 720 degrees. So they said one angle is 170, that means, and each of the rest is y. That means 170 plus, so you have plus y plus y plus y plus y. There are 6 interior angles. So if one is 170, that means the remaining 5 are each y. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equals 720 degrees, which means 170 plus 5y is equal to 720 degrees, and that means 5y equals 720 minus 170, and that means 5y equals 720 minus 170, that's 0. Borrow 1, your f is 6. 12 minus 7 is 5. and 6 minus 1 is 6. Yeah, that's correct. So that means 5y equals 550, and we divide both sides by 5. 5 cancels 5, 5 here 1, 5 here 110. So y equals 110 degrees. And the correct option is, that's number 28. The correct option is B. Down to number 30 very quickly. Number 30. Number 30. No, number 29. Find the size of an interior angle of a regular octagon. Find the size of an interior angle of a regular octagon. Size of an interior angle, regular octagon. Interior angle, I can just say each interior angle, sum of interior angles equals sum of interior angles of an octagon. Sum of interior angles of an octagon is given by, of course, you remember the formula, n minus 2 times 180 degrees, and that's 8 minus 2 times 180 degrees, which is 6 times 180 degrees, and that's 1080 degrees. Therefore, each interior angle, which is a question, they said we should find the size of an interior angle. Each interior angle equals sum of interior angles 1080 divided by number of sides, which is, or let me write that formula, sum of interior angles divided by number of sides and that's simply 1080 degrees divided by 8, which will be 1. 8 and 10 is 1, you are left with 2. 8 and 28 is 3. 3 times 8, 24, we are left with 4. 8 and 40 is 5. That's 135 degrees. And the correct option is 135 degrees, and the correct option is E. That's beautiful. Now let's see, can we check number 30 very quickly, and then let's see. All the following are the properties of an equilateral triangle except A, all the angles are equal, B, all sides are equal, C, each of the angles is 60 degrees. That's correct. There are 3 lines of symmetry. Is that correct? There is only one line of symmetry, which is called a line of symmetry. There are 3 lines of symmetry. There is only one line of symmetry. Of course, that looks like there are 3. There is only one line of symmetry is the one that's not correct. The correct answer is there is only one line of symmetry. The correct answer is E, because an equilateral triangle has 3 lines of symmetry. You can fold it into 2 equal halves in 3 ways. So it doesn't have one line, it has 3 lines of symmetry. And I think we should stop there for now, and then let's take a break and come back to it later. I hope you understand and actually enjoyed this lesson. Take your time, copy the correction and go through it. See you in the next class. Bye bye.